everybody and welcome to Hann-Made Studio. I'm Cheryl Hand Woodlock. In this upcoming tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do a hanging system for your mosaic boards. So we're going to show you how to install this system with these. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you how. Materials that you will need today for this hanging system for your mosaic board is the hanging system itself. I got this from POINTY, Australia. So it has all the components that you will need apart from the hanging wire. So you will need your hanging system. You will also need a Phillips head screwdriver. And you will need a sharp tool. So I've actually got an old pair of scissors, but you could use a sharp pointy steak knife. You could even use that knife. It's up to you. So they are the tools that you will need today to put in your hanging system for your mosaic. See you soon. In this class, I'm going to show you how to do a hanging system really simply. This is a system that I have bought here in Australia from POINTY, Australia. It's a system of several pieces and it works really well because it actually lies flush on your cement sheeting. It's not expensive. If you go to POINTY, Australia, they're under $5, so that is a really good value for a hanging system that is pretty strong, especially for mosaics, because mosaics are heavy. Once you put tiles onto your cement sheeting, it's going to become really, really heavy. This system consists of 4 parts. We have a piece that actually goes into our board, so it's got little hooks on the side. Then we have the screw that goes in there. We have a washer, and then we actually have the hanging system itself. There are different sizes for different weights, so you need to check the weight of your mural or know what weight your mural is going to be for your hanging system size. And that means that think about how many tiles are actually going to go onto your board. And if I've got, this is roughly around about 6 ceramic tiles. You need to weigh your 6 ceramic tiles. Think of how much grout you're going to add and how much glue you're also going to put onto this. And that will give you a rough idea of the weight of your finished piece. First of all, you need to work out where on your board is your hanging system going to be. You don't want it at the very top because it's actually going to have a wire coming through to hang. So you will need a string or a chain link that is going to hold on to this. So usually I recommend around about a fifth of the way down will give you a good hold onto your board. So if I look at this particular board, it's 26 centimeters. Now, if I divide 26 by 5, it's roughly 5 centimeters. Yeah, I know I'm a centimeter out, but 26 divided by 5 gives me 5 and a little bit left over. 5 centimeters works well. So I've got my line going across for my 5 centimeters. Now I'm going to work out how far in I'm going to put my system. And I think that it would work well if it is around about 2 fingers worth. I do fingers a lot. So if I bring this in to 3 centimeters on this side, and I do roughly 3 centimeters on my other side, that will work well. I'm just going to put an X to mark the spot. So that gives me a really good idea. Now, before you ever start doing anything, measure twice, cut once. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that this is correct. So I'm just going to check again. 3 centimeters, yes. 3 centimeters, yes. We're ready to go. For those of you at home who don't have access access to a drill and a masonry drill bit, I'm going to show you how to put a hole for this system by just using your hands. And the reason I like to do this is not everybody is really comfortable with using drills and power tools. So this is going to show you how to do it a little bit differently. I've got some sharp tools here, and I'm going to use them to put these holes into my cement sheeting. Now, cement sheeting is fairly strong, but it actually works. You can actually put a little hole in it, and I'm going to show you how. Now, you won't be able to see really well, but I've actually got a little mark there, and I'm just going to wet that and go again. It takes a little bit of time, but you will get a nice hole. The other thing I have used is a broken pair of scissors, and I'm not pushing down overly hard. I'm just literally screwing this around. And you can see I've actually started going through. Now that took all of 60 seconds. So I've now got that hole, and I can make the hole wider. And notice that any of the dust that I've got, I just wipe back with a damp sponge. So now I need to do my other side. What we need to make sure is that this system here, so this part here, will actually fit in that hole. So it goes on the front, and I'm going to make this hole a little bit wider to fit that screw. So that screw actually goes in to this system. Make sure you don't cross thread it. So it actually works its way in. That screw goes in a little bit tightly. So I'm just going to make this wider. Not too wide. So go on the front and the back. Make sure that screw fits, and it does. And that will sit in. Now it's actually sitting in. If you can have a look at that, it's actually sitting in. We're now going to put this part of the hanging system into the board. If you do it on your table, the chances are that your table might not be steady enough. If you've got a table that you're not too sure about, my recommendation is to go over the leg. Now, the leg of my table is actually sitting here. And if I bang over the leg of my table, I know that everything's not going to bounce so much. So I'm going to now just so it's actually gone through just slightly, you might be able to see that. It's just slightly above. It's slightly thicker than my board, that is fine. But it's sitting reasonably flat. This means when you're actually doing your mosaic work, these systems lie really, really flat on your mosaic. So I'm going to do the other side. I've got a little bit of the cement sheeting that has actually caught in there. I'm just going to take a little bit of that out. And so that is now secure. So now I can put this whole system together. The washer goes on first. The screw goes through the hanging system. And then we can you need a Phillips head screwdriver and just tighten it up. So now we have the hanging system at the front that is reasonably flush. It only sits out around about 1 mil, which is around about 1/8 of an inch. So you can use your adhesive and cover it with your adhesive at the front that you're mosaicing. The system at the back has the washer and the little hooks, which you can, if you're going for outside, you'd use the hooks with a chain. For inside, you can use hanging wire. And that is the system. It sits nice and flush, and now you can mosaic. So thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw today, could you please hit the like button? Remember to subscribe and ring that bell. Thanks for watching. Bye.